And it is time now for a preview of what's new in theaters. And Patrick Stinson from Made in Hollywood is here. And the first movie we're talking about, Annabelle Creation.
This one is just for you.
Oh my gosh, the previews scare me, Patrick.
Right.
I can hardly watch the previews.
This is Annabelle, and I don't know if you remember, but this is her kind of origin story. We first got to look at this creepy little doll in The Conjuring, and then a year later she had her own movie called Annabelle. So now we find out where Annabelle came from and why. And it turns out that this doll maker and his wife lost their child in a tragic accident. So he made a doll in the likeness of their daughter, and then they asked the universe to bring her spirit back. And the universe answered, kinda. The universe answered, but they brought back spirits, not the great kind.
Okay.
And then in this movie, it turns out that the doll maker and his wife are also having a nun and her orphans stay in the house. They don't mix with Annabelle very well, and that's where the evil began. After this whole thing is over, what are your personal thoughts on Annabelle?
Sinister, really sinister doll. I didn't like having the doll in the room when we were rehearsing.
It's this weird combination of, it's kind of pretty but grotesque at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like airline food. You don't want to eat it, but you're drawn towards it somehow.
We soon realized it wasn't our daughter. So we locked it away.
It's always the music that gets me
Careful
too.
what you ask for.
Yes.
In the world.
Absolutely. Okay, so the next movie is Glass Castle.
Yes, this movie will make you thankful for whatever crazy little family you come from.
Oh, okay.
It stars Brie Larson and Woody Harrelson and Naomi Watts. It's the story of Jeanette Walls, who is it's a true story of Jeanette Walls, who's a successful gossip columnist and former reporter. But despite all of that success, she grew up in a house that was highly dysfunctional. They were dirt poor, often homeless. Her father was an alcoholic, and they were really just chaos. And this is the story of kind of growing up in that environment and surviving.
What I really liked about this movie is that through the hardships, they remained loyal, they had love for one another, and they were very optimistic. But what did you see in the story when you first read the script?
It's just humans that are super resilient, and even though tough things happen, they just keep going.
Kids, the way they kept together, and they just managed to
There's
survive.
still a lot of love, yeah.
And have a good time.
This place doesn't have any running water or electricity.
Ignore her. She was born without vision.
That one looks good.
Yeah, and based on a best-selling novel, it was on the bestsellers list for like 7 years or so.
Looks really good. Okay, and next is The Only Living Boy in New York.
Absolutely. Kate Beckinsale is this beautiful woman who's having an affair with Pierce Brosnan's character. Okay. His son finds out that his dad is having an affair, so he is trying to break them up. So he finds Kate Beckinsale, and then the son and Kate Beckinsale end up hooking up all together as well.
Saw that one coming.
Saw that one coming. It is really, it's a family drama, if you will.
Well, some people see this as a love story. Some people see this as a coming-of-age story. What story do you see this as?
Well, both of those, certainly. And also a mystery.
I felt it's such a human story. It's flawed human beings kind of blindly going through their lives, trying to do their best. I think being a human being is really hard sometimes.
Why so troubled, Thomas?
I'm having a bad day.
What's her name?
New York is lost.
By the way, Jeff Bridges plays a next-door neighbor who kind of dispenses information and wisdom like a drunk Yoda. He's a little bit of an alcoholic.
Oh, okay. And then finally, we go to Ingrid Goes West.
Right. You know, this is the Instagram world we all live in right now. We all experience some Instagram envy. But Aubrey Plaza takes it to a whole new level. She moves cross-country to become BFFs with her Instagram obsession, who is a complete stranger. So she comes up with this complete plan to befriend her and to hang out, and it's really just next level stalker and obsession at its best.
It felt really funny and comfortable, and just to kind of riff off Aubrey, not knowing if Aubrey was being Ingrid or if Aubrey was being Aubrey.
Hi.
Maybe you're confusing her with one of your Insta fans.
You are by far the coolest, most interesting person I've ever met.
You're so funny. I love you so much. You're amazing.
Sorry, I thought you
Everyone you meet online is not sane.
Are you speaking from personal
No, just from the
experience?
movie, just from the movie.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Patrick.